I think you should retitle this video, How to Make Easy Money Out of YouTube Viewers. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Honda Show. This is your Majesty here. So I was just sitting around doing what I do best, watching YouTube videos, reading about personal finance and business, and I came across this video of Graham Stephan. He sure looked greedy enough in the thumbnail, and the title said, How to Make Easy Money Shorting the Stock Market. Now that's a hard sell because making money in stocks is very, very hard. Anything in life is hard. Making money in stocks is hard. Shorting is like 20,000 times more harder to make money. And when the title says how to make easy money shorting the stock market, that makes me very curious because everybody since I was a kid has told me I have been very inquisitive. I've been too inquisitive for my own good. Now, after Graham makes these tall claims, I had to watch the video. I'll give you my opinion on shorting stocks at the end of the video, so be sure you watch the whole video. Let's see what Graham has to say, and then I'll tell you what the experts have to say on it.
This is different because now the data has been released on just how much money Robinhood users are making and losing, and also how people are profiting from this information because there is a pattern as to which stocks to buy in, how high they'll go up, and then when they will go down. So don't worry, I'm not going to leave you in suspense about.
So that sounds pretty interesting to me. So Graham says he's read and I guess he's researched and he's found a pattern as to which stocks go up, when to buy them, when to dump them, and how to make money out of gullible Robinhood investors. Now this has really piqued my interest because he's very clear, objective, and he's going to tell us a pattern.
All right, so here's what started it all. Bloomberg recently published an article with a very tantalizing headline.
Herding by naive Robinhood traders might be a good signal to short.
Or really, in other words, what they're saying is that when a whole bunch of Robinhood users buy into a stock, that's a good sign the price is about to go down. And come on.
That's exactly why I clicked on to his video, because he had a very tantalizing title to his video, How to Make Easy Money Shorting the Stock Market. Is life that easy? Come on.
That, of course, brings us to the article at hand. According to their research, they found that when Robinhood users pile into a stock in large numbers, the average excess return on the day surges to 14%. But this is followed by a reversal of nearly 5% over the subsequent month. So, of course, to find out more and to figure out how some investors are using this to make a ton of money, I went directly to the source, which...
So when you hear tall claims like these, that I went back to the source to research more and read about how some investors are making money by buying and selling at the right time, pause. Pause the video right there, taking a deep breath. And tell yourself, investing is a long-term game. I'm thinking in terms of decades. What my percentage gains are in one day or at the end of the month, it doesn't matter to me. What my gains are at the end of my life or in my retirement or when my kids grow up, that's what matters to me.
Well, this study argues that the simplicity of that design will subconsciously direct their users to invest in the stocks that grab their attention. And what's more likely?
Well, there's another study I read a few years back that most people, like when they're offered 401ks in their companies, all they do is they just go through the options alphabetically. They don't look at expense ratios. They don't look at the constituents of what's in the funds and just pick one of the options in the top options. So they just probably read what's in A's, B's, and just select one of them. And that can hurt your finances. So, I'm not surprised by this information. This is common knowledge.
To grab your attention than the top mover section. Or really, in other words, if Robinhood lists a stock in there, it's more likely to be bought. Now, in terms of how big of a deal this is, this study goes further to say that Robinhood users are more likely to be influenced by these choices because, one, half of all Robinhood users are first-time investors who are heavily influenced by chasing returns instead of developing their own method of picking stocks. Two, the Robinhood app directs users to the same subset of stocks.
There is no method of picking stocks. You will lose. That's why I keep insisting, buy index funds. Don't listen to people who are selling snake oil. Buy index funds. I mean, buying regular stocks, buying individual stocks might feel exciting. Don't invest in single stocks with more than 10% of the money. Don't play with fire. Because the money you invest now will be a lot more in the future. So you need to be very focused, disciplined,
without offering additional information that might lead that user to a different choice. Third, the simple design makes it easier to rely on Robinhood's information rather than on the investor's own critical thinking. Fourth,
When people talk like that people don't trust their own critical thinking, what they're trying to say is you have the control and you have the smarts to select the stocks, to do the right thing and make money. Trust me, you don't. You only buy index funds, keep 20% of your money in short-term treasuries. That's it.
The app is so easy to use that it allows its users to place a trade nearly instantaneously without realizing what they've just done. And fifth, because Robinhood users are more likely to buy and sell a stock within a short period of time, they're more likely to trade speculatively instead of investing diligently for the long term. In other words, if we're just going to break this down a little bit further, a large portion of Robinhood users are just going and investing in the top movers section on Robinhood because that's the information that's being presented to them. And those stocks tend to see a 14% higher price than they would have seen otherwise, with of course a 5% subsequent drop over the next month. This herding mentality really suggests that a lot of people are just following the money as presented by Robinhood. They're FOMOing in, and honestly not doing much else other than gamble on the potential that someone else in the future is willing to pay more money for the stock than they paid today. This is especially common in the companies with less than a $1 billion market cap featured on Robinhood, which are much more easily influenced as investors buy in and drive up the price.
That's the only thing that has made sense so far, that investors can drive up the prices of companies under $1 billion in market cap. A lot of small investors who can invest money through apps like Robinhood and Webull, anybody can drive up or drive down the prices of very small caps. Makes sense. But nothing other than that. Most of these Robinhood investors have very little money, a few $1,000s, if that. And so their impact is very minimal.
4,900 of these herding events and found that 63% of the time, selling right after the price goes up and then buying back in 5 days later resulted in a 3.5% above market return. And of course, some...
Really? Really? You're playing for 3.5% above market return? I mean, to get that, you'd probably have to leave your job, research all day long, follow the trends, what to buy, what to sell. You'll probably end up losing more money than the 3.5% you gained. I mean, is that the information? Is that the title suggested? How to make easy money shorting the stock market. So easy money is the 3.5% we're talking about. I guess there is more to it, and this is not the meat of the report or meat of this video because I am kind of dejected then.
People have caught on to this information and have begun shorting these stocks with the anticipation that they're going to be going back down in value. Boom, easy money. So of course...
Oh my God. Boom. Easy money. So you made 3.5% on maybe $1,000 investment you did, and you wasted a few nights. That's all you did? Easy money? Wow.
Really quick, because Black Friday and because I love saving money, for anyone who's been asking me for a discount on one of my programs, you're in luck. For the next 24 hours, enjoy...
So far, he has given us no information how to make easy money shorting the stock market. And the easy money he's talking about is probably pennies on the dollar. Very little money. I think this video that he made, was just a promotion for Webull so he can make some money off of affiliate marketing, and to promote his own courses so he can make some money off of there. I think he should retitle this video. He should say, how to make easy money out of YouTube viewers.
All right, so back to the question, can Robinhood users influence the market? And when it comes to this, the answer is a bit of a yes and a bit of a no. One analyst found that yes, Robinhood users can actually influence the market, but on smaller, more speculative stocks. But once you go into the heavy hitters like Google, Amazon, and Tesla, there was less of a correlation of how many Robinhood users held the stock versus how much that stock went up in price.
Well, that's not a surprising thing. I mean, and he said it earlier, and that's not surprising. I mean, Robinhood users can affect stock markets, but small caps, not heavy hitters like Google and Microsoft. These are upwards of $1 trillion companies. I mean, nobody can affect their stock prices unless they use their own hordes because they have a few $100 million to buy their own stock. Maybe then.
I would just recommend people stick with the basics. Smash the like button, invest consistently, hold long term, invest in an index fund, and keep buying. And if you do want to speculate with individual stocks, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you understand the risks associated with that and you understand the fundamentals of what you're doing. But like I said, for most people, it's really all about just sticking with the basics and understanding what not to do that will end up leading them to the biggest profits.
Well, I was right. This was just clickbait. He didn't give us any tips and tricks to make money shorting the stock market. At the end, we are at the end, and now he says Keep buying index fund consistently. That's not rocket science. I don't think that helped you make any money shorting the markets. Now, give me a few minutes, just a couple of minutes, and I will let you know why to never short the markets and not to listen to people who tell you that you can make 3.5% more if you do this or that. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. If you're a conservative investor like me and you don't like to lose money, you never short the stock market. And I will tell you the reasons why. So when you short a stock, the maximum money you can make is you can double your money. You can have 100% returns. And the maximum money you can lose is potentially unlimited, because stocks, they can go to really high, potentially, theoretically to sky high valuations, and you can lose unlimited amount of money. Recently, there was a report of this young guy on Robinhood. He thought he lost a lot of money doing options trading, and then he committed suicide, which was very sad. But that's why you never short the markets, because you only make 100%. This is the maximum you can make on a short. And in the meantime, while you're shorting the stocks, you have to pay a little fee to the broker for the stocks that you have on loan to short the market. And you might not be able to hold that position, hold that wager for a long time, and it will get very painful. Look at Tesla. A lot of people have been shorting Tesla for a long time. Who knows what will happen? But it's been very painful trade for them. Tesla keeps going up. It goes up, you keep losing money. So shorting, don't do it. Usually companies which are scams or which are good candidates for short selling are promoted by crooks or scamsters or different shades of people in between. And because these guys are crooks and scamsters, that's how they end up to where they are. And if their stock is overvalued, say a stock is worth $10 and it's worth 100 in the markets today, they will issue more shares. You know this guy's a crook. You know the company is not good enough and the stock will go down. But this can last a long time. He can keep issuing more stock because he's getting money from the markets. Why won't he take it? He will never run out of stock to issue, but you will run out of money to buy that issues or to short that issues. So it's not an easy trade to make. I have worked very hard to be where I am financially. I do not want to go to zero again. I don't think I can do that again, and I don't enjoy that ride. I remember being at zero and it was not a pleasurable experience. Shorting the market is an easy way to go back to zero. Don't do that. It's way easier to make money betting on the long side of the market than shorting the market. So why would you take that risk? I don't believe in taking unnecessary risks. Be long the markets, keep adding to your investments, real estate, stocks, bonds, and in proportions we can talk about that later, but don't short that market. It takes me a long time, a lot of research to come up with this content. I have to watch a lot of these videos of a lot of these YouTubers who clickbait their audiences into watching their videos, which end up being nothing more than just a waste of time and an advertisement for their courses or some other affiliate marketing links. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I will never come up with content like that. I will always give you honest advice with no affiliate marketing and no courses to sell, and provide you with good, valuable content. Subscribe, like the video. See you next time.